Okay, welcome back. We're going to just go through a very quick tour of Canvas. This won't take very long. So I assume that you've logged into you have an account and you've logged into Canvas and you've selected the course. It's going to look somewhat similar to this. Now, admittedly, this is the instructor's view, which has some things that are going to be slightly different. But, you get the gist. All right, so let me just go through, the welcome screen. Welcome to the course, and just some stuff about that. The majority of the stuff you need to be doing is in the modules section. So we're going to go to that in just a second. The things that you ought to do first before the class starts. Yeah, get a copy of the textbook. Read the course syllabus. Go through the introductory slide presentation, which quite frankly we just did in the previous video, so maybe you don't need to do that. I want you to introduce yourself in the discussion forum. I want you to watch the introductory videos, which obviously you're doing right now. Then install any software you need at home, particularly Microsoft Word or whatever you use that produce Word documents. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through this in order, although it may not be logical. So assignments basically shows everything that's due. Okay, again, this is going to be slightly different because I get to see all the assignments that are due, and you only get to see the ones that are coming up. So my list is going to be quite a bit larger. So the first week we're going to have like a syllabus thing due, and there's a bunch of journal assignments, and then here's where the writing assignments are going to be, and the quizzes, and the exam, and blah, 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 blah. So this is kind of an easy way of seeing everywhere. If you go to the syllabus page, it basically shows you that all sorted in order, okay? It shows, here's the first day of class, and here's what's due, and blah, 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 blah. So that's kind of cool. Discussions. This is just, one of those discussion forums. I want you to go here and create an entry that hi, I'm Joe Blow, and I'm a senior, and, I work in IT, and blah, 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 blah. That kind of thing. Kind of makes sense. So just just a discussion thing. Grades. This is since I'm not a student, this doesn't work very well for me. I get to see everyone's grades here, but in your case, you're going to see your grades. Okay, that makes sense. People. That's just how you get a hold of other parts of the students. This chat feature, we probably won't use that. And then finally we get to modules. Modules is the guts of this whole thing, okay? So there's a section here called Start Here. These are the things that I kind of want you to do, hopefully you're doing right this very second, do before class actually starts. This is the welcome page, the one you just saw, okay? This is the welcome page. And then there's the course information page. This is a little bit about me, about the two textbooks, the required one and the optional one. Copy of the course syllabus. Yes, I do want you to read the syllabus. The slide presentations, which we just went over in the previous video. Course objectives, that's kind of boilerplate stuff. The next one is about the course schedule. So here it is, everything. Typically what happens is all the assignments are due 2 weeks before they're due. Let me start that over. Assignments show up here 2 weeks before they're due. Okay. Quizzes show up a week before they're due. And that's how that works. And then there's a section here about if you're kind of new to Canvas, how to do an assignment, how to do a quiz. So if you're kind of new to Canvas, then take a peek at those. The real point of this, let me get back to the modules. That was just that first section that I want you to do. The real part of this is this. Every week, there's going to be a set of videos where you're going to go in. So you pick the week that you're in. You click that. It's going to tell you exactly what it wants you to do for that week. Typically, it's going to be read a chapter, watch a video, turn in a quiz or an assignment, and answer 4 questions in the journal assignment. That's how it's going to work almost exclusively. So every single week, you're going to have to go to Modules, Weekly Tasks, click on this, and do what it tells you to do. It's supposedly straightforward. So every week, you got something to do, okay? Here's where I put my lecture notes. Now, if you remember from the previous video, I put my lecture notes here the week after the lecture. not during the same lecture. So that's a little weird, but too bad. Okay, so modules is where everything is. That's where the guts of this thing is. This is where every week you need to go here. Now, after you go here, you're probably going to do several things. You're going to fill out one of the tasks is that weekly journal, a quiz or an assignment, one of the two, every single week. And it'll tell you exactly what it is you need to do. Okay? Okay, I also have some supplemental material, which we're going to go over in an upcoming video, talking about how we want APA to work. Okay, that's about it for this introduction, and I'll see you guys again in some future chapter.